Hey guys, it's Dead Frontier Survivor here, and I'm just giving you a short little video as the second half of our channel here. Powerman 602. The first half is Westside Reds. You'll probably be seeing some videos from him soon, but I guess I took the post of doing the first video. So we're here. Basically, this is just showing you my character and my layout, and I'm gonna go over some suggestions of how you should play this game and my tips and tricks that I've learned throughout playing this game. So, if you don't know what Dead Frontier is, not sure why you're watching this video, but I'll have a link in the description below so you guys can check it out. It's basically just a zombie apocalypse MMO. So, and it's in 3D, so it's pretty cool. So my weapons are the machete, the M2, the M82A2, and the SIG 550. So I'm gonna basically go over each weapon and why I suggest it. The rifles are gonna be basically the same, but one big difference is between them. So the machete, and I'll post it in Fortpaster. So you're gonna need a weapon with a lot of critical hits. Well, let me rephrase that. With a high critical hit chance. Because you want to knock back the zombies, especially with tennies and sometimes spiders. You want to get them down fast, but you don't want to get too close to them. With tennies, if you get a critical hit on them, it will knock them back. So you want a high critical hit melee weapon. It only takes 70 melee, and I'm not really that even a high level. But, you know, I raised my rifles to 90 so I could use the M82A2, and I got my melee to 70 so I can use the machete. And I haven't really done anything else with my other stats. So, yeah. And a melee weapon is very good, because you don't want to just be spraying around causing a bunch of havoc and a lot of zombies, because that can get you screwed over a lot of times. And I've died because of a lot of zombies being around me, and then sometimes people walk in and they're like, oh, is this like some grinding thing or something? And then they start derping around with you, and a lot of times I die because of other people. Because if you touch each other, if you run into each other, you glitch, and then, you know, it will give the zombies one more second, one more step closer to you, and that could easily kill you. So make sure you think about that when you're choosing your melee weapon. Other ones I would suggest would be like any really high critical hit chance, and it's 70 melee. The machete's 70 melee, so it's pretty good. But other than that, I would suggest maybe the battle axe. I have a battle axe. It's in storage. I did a stat reset recently, and I raised it up to this because I really like this setup. But let's go on to our second one that we're gonna do here, and it's the M2, the M82A2. I always get confused with that name. I always go M2 for some reason. But one thing, it looks really badass, and it's 90 rifles, so it's really freaking good. And in general, out of shotguns, machine guns, pistols, and rifles, I like rifles the best. Pistols are okay. They still kind of do the same thing, and there's less zombies, but they don't have that much damage. So I would rather go with, so I would suggest rifles more. But that just depends on your playing type. and like what you like to do in this game. So yes, it's a downfall for a lot of guns, but the ammo is really freaking expensive. Like really expensive. I don't even have that much money. So you're gonna have to do missions. And a lot of people just live off boss loots because it's really hard to do the missions sometimes, especially if they're really hard. And you keep on dying and dying and dying. So that might get you screwed over a little bit. But other than that, I really like this rifle. It's really powerful. It can one-shot zombies. And the ammo isn't too expensive, but it's really expensive. And that's what kind of sets the SIG 550 a bit better. So we're just going to roll on to that like real quick. And then I'm going to talk about my stats and my armor, I guess. And then I'll be done with this video. But the thing that sets these two rifles apart is its rifle ability and the cost of its ammo. The SIG 550 is 75 rifles killed. That is still pretty freaking good, I would say. And you can still one tap a zombie, I believe. And if it doesn't, it's only gonna take 2 or so. But the big difference is, in my suggestion, is the ammo. The SIG 550 only takes 5.5 rifle bullets, and that is massive for some reason. That is huge because the 5.5 isn't really that expensive. Like, you can find it at Dogs. Like, seriously, you could use this gun at Dogs and still loot the ammo that you need. Like, you find it a lot at Dogs. Have you ever been there before? Not sure about P13. I haven't really been there that much. I have before. I didn't really like it for some reason, but I'm not going to really get into that. So anyways, SIG 550, real powerful, strong, has that one key asset to me is, you know, the ammo. It only takes 5.5 rifle bullets. Like, that really sets it for me. Like, whoa, only 5.5? Like, it doesn't even take 7.5. Like, really. It's a 75 rifle skill gun. Like, what the fuck? So that's really what sets me apart with the SIG 550. And why I have it is, you know, I said it before with my other rifle, you know, the ability that it doesn't attract that much zombies and yet is still powerful. Like, pistols don't attract, it attracts less, but it's not really that powerful unless you get like a Raging Bull or a Desert Fox, but those are really expensive. And the SIG 550 isn't really that expensive. The M82A2 might not, well, it's pretty fucking expensive. It's like a really good rifle. So yeah, those are just my suggestions for weapons. You got your machete and you got your 2 rifles. And, you know, you might like shotguns, you might like machine guns, but I like rifles. That's about it. And so let's carry on here. So I got my stats. My strength, I raised it up a little bit. Not sure why, because the Exterminator Mesh doesn't take any strength, which kind of set that off to me for the Exterminator Mesh. My endurance, haven't changed that. Agility, 98. Why I put it at 98? Because you want to be freaking fast. Like, seriously, I'm not sure why I didn't have it at 100, but I could probably derp there with the stat reset. So, and moving on. Well, let's get more depth into agility. Like, you want to be fast, and you want to be able to get away from the zombies that are trying to chase you. But if you're fast and you got something like a machete, you can get away from the spiders, the tennies, and all the other annoying zombies that Forepaster and P13. So that's why I would suggest it. I actually haven't changed it. Not sure if it's really that necessary to use it, but if you're using like a shotgun or machine gun, you know, might be better. Or maybe explosives, but for rifles, they're pretty damn accurate, so wouldn't want to mess with. I wouldn't really mess with that if you're using rifles. Critical hit, didn't really mess with that. I have a high critical hitting melee weapon, and you know, rifles are known for their critical hits. Reloading, I raised that up some because a downfall of rifles is its low reloading asset, which can suck at times, but you can just easily just raise up your reloading and it should just be fine. So on the other side, you know, melee, you know, you want a good melee weapon, especially in any area in general. You don't want to just excuse me, because it can be for especially like a person who's just starting in this game. You know, you can have more than one account on Dead Frontier, since it's free to have an account. So my suggestion, if you're new to the game and you're just watching this randomly, you know, have your first character be a melee person. Like seriously, just raise up his melee. And if you get bored, have another person. Seriously, just get a stat reset. That might even be better for you. Like seriously, get a stat reset. To get one of those, all you need to go is to your local Walmart, or I got a couple of mine at Dollar General, and the shop going down. Okay, I'm back, guys. Someone came knocking on the door. Well, someone came into my room and kind of messed me up there. So, yeah, and I really wanted something to drink, really. So I got my Mountain Dew next to me. So where was I? So yeah, melee weapons. You need your machete. Really useful in Forepaster, P13, and dogs anywhere. And if you're a new person to Dead Frontier, it's wise to start out with you know, have a first account which is mostly melee, and then get ultimate game card. It's called an ultimate game card. It shows you on the back what to do. You can actually like you can turn it in here on Dead Frontier. I might show a video on that if you guys want it. But for the rest of the time, I'm going to talk about my Exterminator Mesh. My Exterminator Mesh, it takes 120 damage, and it's really nice. And the thing that hit it off for me was the fact that it doesn't take any strength. So it was like, oh yeah, so you don't really have to raise anything for it, and it's just a downright pretty freaking good armor. And that's really all I got to say about that. So like, favorite, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It's me, half of the team of the Dead Frontier Survivor. The other half will be posting videos soon. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe if you did. And I'll be back to you guys on another time. Goodbye. Goodbye in a gay voice. Dun-dun-dun.